Once you've downloaded the OLI software, you need to install it. Here we've downloaded the install package to our desktop. You notice there's a lot of other OLI icons near it. All you need to do is double click it. It's going to check the disk space for enough disk space, and then it will launch the installer. Now we're ready to proceed. Once the installer is launched, all we have to do is click the next button to start. We do have to click the license agreement. You really should read the license agreement. We know a lot of you don't. And now we need to enter in our information. What we're going to put in here is the name of our company and the serial number. This is the client serial number provided in the license file you received from OLI Distribution. So this is a client version. Does not require a hard lock key, but does require use of a network. So when we click next, it's going to ask us to find the network. Now in small network settings, the automatic button will work. Normally, however, you're going to have to click the manual. Now if you know the name of your server or the IP address of your server, you can enter it now. I happen to know the name of our server is called Enforcer, so I'm going to type the name in. If you require a port number, this is assigned to you by your IT department, you can enter it here. Or if you're going to use a binding string, you can enter it. It's one or the other. We find that most people use a name of a server. Once you click next, it'll start. We recommend that you always pick the typical installation and then click install. It'll go through various steps, installing it, checking for disk space, checking for errors, and when it's done, it'll let us know. It'll be done in just a few seconds. All of the OLI software packages follow a similar installation path. And now we're done. Now we'll test the installation and make sure it still works. We'll click the Finish button to complete. Alright, the program is now installed. Here is the icon of the new program. You notice that we keep older versions here on our desktop here at OLI. Simply double-clicking the file should start the program. And after a second, it should start. It's actually looking for the network. You see the screen is partially offset here, but it is started. We'll go through a further test in just a second. It's now running. To test this program, the fact that it's running means that it's working. But now you can test some more details by going to the Help menu, About OLI Analyzers, and this will give you the security information that's running here. You can see that it's got the server serial number we put in here, and it currently has the network server client information, the hard lock ID that's attached to the server, and so forth, and gives you some more information. This information is useful to debug problems, but we can see here that it is in fact running. We'll now use a different tool to test Alliance products to see if they're working. We'll close this and stop. Okay, we're running my full desktop here to show you how to test for an Alliance product. Please excuse all the icons. I tend to keep a lot of them out there at one time. This is running Windows XP, but Windows 7 follows a similar path. We're going to use the Start button and All Programs to find OLI Systems. And what we're going to look for, in this case, is for Aspen Plus. We're going to go down to check Aspen Plus version 7.1. We're then going to select Tools, and then we're going to select a program called Security Settings and Test. When I click this, will pop up a separate program. Okay, the Securities and Settings and Test program is open. The first thing we want to do is we want to click the Open Security button, step 1 here. And down here, this is the result is succeeded. Now we can open up the standard security dialog button if we want. that's here. And what I'll do here is I'll just move the window a little bit so we can see some details. The security information tells us what's going on with the license manager, and I just have to scroll this over a little bit to see that we have some buttons here. If I needed to change the options here, I could. You can see that our server name is actually located right here in the network information box. We can update it here if it didn't work. I'll go ahead and close that, and then I will close this here. I'll then come back to the security and settings dialog. Here we can check security. It worked. That means that the license was checked out and worked. And then now I will close security, and now the Alliance products are working. So that was a test for Alliance products network security. That concludes the demo on how to install a network copy of the OLI software.